And those will be our starters. Some intriguing matchups on the floor tonight. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. Two NBA greats, Grant Hill and Steve Smith, our analysts tonight, with our reporter, Allie LaForce. I'm Brian Anderson. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, Cade Cunningham, the top pick in 2021, said, quote, "There's a lot of different reasons why I was picked #1, but I think it's just who I am as a person. Someone that can turn into a leader for your team and be a franchise guy. I compose myself well, and that translates on the court. I'm pretty confident in what I can do and who I am." Brian?
Thanks, Allie. Here's the starting group for the San Antonio Spurs. And for the Pistons, it's Cunningham and Ivy at the 1 and the 2. Duran out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Bogdanovich in at small forward. And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. Jones with the ball. Here's Sohan. Pass to Collins. Just 5 on the clock. With the floater. Duran with the rebound. And here's Cunningham. To the left side wing. Inside, here's Ivy. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
And now the game is really starting to flow. We should be in for a good one.
How good is it to see the first one go through the net?
On the wing, Jones. He's watched by Cunningham. Outside, Johnson. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Pistons on top, up 2. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment.
Here comes the fun, Detroit.
And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, what's your take on Pistons so far?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious they were well prepared defensively coming in.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Here's Hayes. On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Devin Vassell out there with Devontae Graham. Then there's Doug McDermott. Then it's Keita Bates-Diop. And it's Bassie in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's McDermott. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
McDermott on your squad is like having a guy that you can rely on knocking down shots from the stretch 4 position.
Well, the Pistons front office has said they want to have quality character veterans to help balance their roster, Smitty.
What they're doing, BA, they're building an identity. You need those veteran players to teach the young guys what it takes to be a pro.
First one falls for him.
And we've seen the Spurs part ways with some of their best veterans. It really speaks to the talent at the top of the 2023 NBA draft. Savvy organizations like San Antonio will time their rebuilds to the years when the draft boasts some of those elite prospects.
Second free throw, no good.
The Pistons have been in rebuild mode for a while. They've stockpiled a lot of young talent. This is when things should start to come together.
Shot's good by Livers.
That's nice work, stopping short of the rim, just laying it over the top.
Fantastic replay we just saw of the Mobile One drive.
The aggressive take there to get inside. They're looking to make things happen to try and take control of this game.
Here's Bates-Diop. Back to Vassell. Another shot. And that one's good with extra effort on the glass. Vassell's gotten his first basket of the night.
Slick move by Vassell against contact. managing to work his way inside.
Vassell against Burks. Uses the glass on the layup.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
Here's Vassell. Counted from distance. Vassell's got 5 points in the quarter.
Devin understands he needs to keep taking and making these shots. This is crucial to his overall development.
Tie game in Detroit. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Give a big round of applause.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Coach Greg Popovich and Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. They led by 2 after the first. They couldn't hold on to the slim lead they had at the start of the second quarter and headed into the locker room with the game all knotted up. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
They've run this offense seamlessly. Each guy seems to understand his role. They're making smart decisions with the basketball, and I can give a shout out to the playmakers. This team's success is because of you, brother.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Well, their paint presence was non-existent. They haven't put any pressure on the defense in terms of attacking the cup. It's simple. If you want to be successful.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
Give a big round of applause.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Devin Vassell, he's been playing really well.
You know, I'm not really sure what defenders can do to slow him down. He's just too skilled.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. It's Cunningham and Ivy at the 1 and the 2. Bojan Bogdanovic out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Duren in at the 5. That's the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. And that one's good. Cunningham.
Lethal running the two-man game. Cunningham is a problem.
And we just had to see that mobile one drive one more time. Great stuff.
You're toasting the defense and getting in close. Don't take possessions like that one all day.
Rebound Detroit. 27 seconds left in the third. Pass to Duren. Outside Bogdanovic. Here's Stewart. Misses from short range. Outside Johnson. Over Ivy. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. 3 quarters of play and a close one here. The Pistons on top, up by 2. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. All right, on the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. At the 2 and the 3, it's Vassell and Johnson. Keita Bates-Diop out there with Zach Collins.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
Gets good position inside. May have rushed it just a little.
From deep, Johnson. Second chance effort. Duren with a rebound. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A., the clock is theirs to burn.
And it's Cunningham missing. Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over. They're losing by 2. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. All right, guys, what's your take?
More than enough time to get a bucket.
But I'm curious to see, will they go for a 2 to tie or a 3 to win it all?
And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game.
Yeah, really the standout element of this game tonight was his offense and his ability to get inside by cutting the defense to shreds, finding lanes, even making them, and relentlessly attacking the hoop.
Cunningham against Jones. Right side Johnson. Over Bogdanovich. It's good! Timeout. And he's tied it up. What a shot!
High-stakes moment, and Keldon Johnson delivers.
Timeout called, the Pistons.
Fans, your Pistons dance team. Are you ready? Scoring substitution. 1.
Bogdanovich from long range. Oh, it's good! He hit it!
Bingo!
The winner at the buzzer. It doesn't get any better.
One of the greatest shots you'll ever see. The 3 with nothing but zeros left on the clock.
And so it's Detroit who scraped by with the win. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games won by the home team.
And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie.
Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring the Orlando Magic as they go up against the Charlotte Hornets here at Spectrum Center. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And giving us the rundown from the sideline, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Franz Wagner was in the Rookie of the Year consideration last year for the Magic. He said there are a lot of reasons for fans to be excited for the future. We've got a lot of young talent, but my job is to be in the now and try to win games. What's helped me so far is focusing on each day at a time. Kevin, back to you.
Well, he is definitely ahead of schedule. David, thanks. Well, if you like free-flowing offenses that pile up the assist, Clark, you've come to the right place.
I tell you what, Kevin, both of these teams really emphasize player movement, ball movement, and getting everybody involved, touches and shots. It makes them very unpredictable and really keeps the defense off balance.
Now the starting group for Orlando. In the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. Harris is the shooting guard. Wagner is the small forward. And it's Fultz in at the 1 spot. And for Charlotte, Rozier on the wing along with Hayward. Williams is out there with P.J. Washington. And it's Ball in at the 1. Now here is Harris. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Hey, even when you're not Gary Harris around, he powers these shots in.
Greg, last offseason, the Hornets decided to part ways with their coach of the past 4 years.
Always a tough decision, and this is a critical time for Charlotte. They've got a tremendous young core. They think their time is now, and they want to make a bold move with the new hire. And the Magic have been one of the league's worst offenses in recent years. In fact, it's been over a decade since they've been average in that regard. Drafting a ready-made weapon in Paolo Banchero, they hope can help them take a step in the right direction.
Now, here's Washington. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Here's Wagner. Gordon Hayward comes up with the rebound. Pass the ball. The kick out to Williams. And again, the Hornets missing. 1 second left. That one misses. At the end of one, a closer contested game so far. Magic out in front. They lead by 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, for the Magic, what jumps out to you so far, numbers-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. The guard here for them, Anthony inside. Hole is out there with Wagner. And it's Isaac in the 3.
Boy, lock into that focus from Washington there. Love the body control, too. Excellent.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And that's what a coach loves to see in a close game. Just put your head down and make something happen.
Bull pass to Suggs. Shoots from 14. Drained for 2 points.
Boy, I like Suggs knocking down that mid-range jump shot. That's what the defense gave him. Make him pay for it.
And then Washington with the dunk.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Well, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open. With the assist.
Anthony up on top. He's covered by Ball. Anthony's shot is off.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Magic lead by 1. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. In the first period, their biggest lead was a slim 3 points. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
The road can be unfriendly, and they've clearly risen to the challenge. They're shrugging off the chants from the fans. Defense, you solid. That's no. They're playing their focus, and they're getting to work. They're playing with a lot of confidence right now.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion. And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my main man, Joel.
Joel, what up?
That's right, fans.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. The forwards are Hayward and Washington. The guard pair, Ball and Rozier. And it's Williams at the center filling out the middle. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half.
Well, I tell you, you look at Washington's motor and his effort, a lot to like about both. I mean, he uses his length and instincts to do a good job on the glass.
Banchero with the ball. Washington's on him.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw.
Ball, the pass to Rozier. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Harris outside. No good with the layup.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Passes it to Washington. Another shot. No good on the layup. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Magic out in front. They lead by 1. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And so it's full to bring up the ball for Orlando. They lead by 1. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. We've got Carter. Wagner is out there with Markelle Fultz. And it's Schofield in at the 4 slot. Here's Wagner. Here's Schofield, covered by Smith. Back to Fultz. Lock at 6. The Magic need to get a shot off here. The shot by Schofield, no good.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
Kelly Oubre Jr. 2 shots.
He sinks the clutch free throw. And some changes here for the Hornets. P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Nick Richards. Hayward comes in for Cody Martin. And it's ball in for Smith. And so both free throws good that time. That puts him ahead.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They trail by 1. 20 seconds left in the fourth. Present our New Balance Player of the Game.
And he's grabbed this game with both hands and just never let it go. I mean, he scored a huge percentage of their points. He hadn't been the main guy for him. He's been the only guy for him.
Charlotte making a switch. Rozier's checked in. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
During that last break, I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley said to his team. He said, "This is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it." He really is fired up about this game.
Thank you, David. Ball surveying the defense. It's in!
Well, I tell you, there's nothing more impressive than seeing a young player keeping his composure in a high-stakes, big-league situation.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 1. 3 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
Unless they can get a wide open jumper, they might want to attack inside, because even if you miss at the rim, you can still draw a foul, maybe get a putback.
For three, Harris. The three won't fall. So a close game sees Charlotte taking this one. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won.
New York City. The Big Apple is the destination for the Mavericks. A player who shaped himself into one of the most versatile big men around, Christian Wood, getting ready as they await tip-off against the Knicks. Mavs, Knicks, and we'll be right back after this. Tonight, the league and all of us here at 2K Sports celebrate Noche Latina, an opportunity to spotlight the amazing Latin culture in the NBA and its global fan base. I'm Brian Anderson, at the table with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. Hey, Allie.
Thanks, Brian. Well, Jalen Brunson, a second-round pick out of Villanova, and his father carved out a 9-year journeyman career in the league as well. Jalen said, quote, how hard he worked just to get unguaranteed contracts showed me that I have to work 10 times harder. I thank him for letting me see that at a young age. Guys?
Family business. Allie, thanks. So here's Dallas's starting group. Reggie Bullock is out there with Green. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Doncic in at point guard. And for New York, at the 4 and the 5, it's Randall and Robinson. Jalen Brunson is out there with Josh Hart. And it's Barrett in at the 3 spot. So Dallas will get the first possession. And here's Doncic. Here's Irving. Doncic outside. Over Brunson. Doncic, no good.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Pass to Barrett. 27 seconds left in the first. 5 on the clock. And here's Brunson. Over Doncic. Brunson misses. Irving against Hart. Robinson with the block.
Well, the ferociousness that Robinson can have around the rim is impressive.
From deep three-point range, there's the buzzer, and not much scoring at all through the first quarter of play. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
0. On your feet, fans, and make some noise.
And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Things have gone the way they wanted here in the first period.
Well, they're playing aggressive, unselfish basketball, exactly what their coach wants.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. They've got Kyrie Irving, Christian Wood out there with JaVale McGee. Then it's Luka Doncic, and it's Hardaway in at the small forward.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
First team foul. Quentin Grimes at the line, 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Yeah, ever since the Nets relocated to Brooklyn in 2012, the rivalry between the Nets and Knicks has intensified. Now, both teams trying to prove that New York belongs to them.
Hits both from the stripe. Neither team able to find a rhythm offensively.
Yeah, it's like the bad shooting has become contagious, B.A.
Irving for 3. And Toppin pulls it down.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. He's got 5.
Pretty much not a player in the league is going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
Knicks lead.
Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball. And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
I mean, letting them know up front that he's on the hunt tonight and eager to knock away shots. I love it.
Randall outside. Good on the shot. Randall's got his first 2 points of the night.
And Julius Randle is just such a bull out there with that great body control and strength.
Here's Doncic. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First team foul. Luka Doncic at the line, 2 shots.
And he makes a first.
And when we talk about franchise players, guys who can carry a team, Luka Doncic is one of the few guys in that category.
Doncic hits them both.
Yeah, not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
It's stolen by Doncic. Here's Green. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. It's the Knicks up by 5. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
All right, thanks. Tibbs, what'd you think about the way this team defended in the first half?
Well, not bad, but we have to sustain it for the entire game. They put a lot of pressure on you. We got to make sure we're containing their dribble penetration, and then we got to react down challenge shots.
The expectations are high for the second half. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks very much, Allie. And, folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. The period wrapped up with the teams on level ground and the score tied. They were able to take control in the second quarter and finish the half ahead by 5. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
They're running a smooth offense tonight, creating high-quality shots. Motions, sharp. Sharp as a razor. Their spacing is excellent. They're moving the ball well. I love the way this team is playing.
And Shaq, what did you see from Dallas?
At this point, you feel like they have to attack inside, make the offense more dynamic. Looks like they're not even trying to make things happen in the paint. If you ask me, they're leaving food on the table down there. Kenny, how about that?
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
A big round of applause.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And the Knicks with the possession here. It's a 5-point game. At forward, it's Barrett and Randall. Josh Hart is out there with Jalen Brunson, and it's Robinson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Outside Irving. Doncic on the wing. Outside Green. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots over Hart. And it's Green missing.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Back to Barrett. Outside Robinson. Pass to Randall. They double Randall. Robinson on the wing. Outside Hart from deep. It's rebounded by Dallas. Green for 3. No good. Misses at the buzzer. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Knicks. They're up by 5. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And from the 2-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter. We've got Christian Wood. Tim Hardaway is out there with Maxi Kleber. Then there's Justin Holiday, and it's Irving in at the point.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time to win the lead.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Time called here. The Mavericks decide to talk it over. They're down by 7. There's 42 seconds left to play in the fourth. Hardy, he's checked in for the Mavericks.
Maverick substitution. Hardy.
Good chance here for Irving, and they recover it. Outside Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. Back to Wood. Tries again. The layup misses. I think a bucket here, Grant, would end this game.
Absolutely. That would put a bow on this one.
And it's quickly with a miss. And it's the Mavericks ball. They trail by 7. Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
Well, Kyrie's resume in these kind of moments is full.
Now a timeout called by New York. They're on top by 4. 12 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. All right, we present our New Balance player of the game, Luka Doncic.
And I just love to see a player who plays with an aggressive mindset. I mean, he had the energy and the intensity all game. He didn't waste any time when he had his chances out there by attacking the rim.
And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Jalen Brunson at the line. 2 shots. shots. Relax on the first.
He gets the first, and that puts him up 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
He snuffs out any comeback hopes with an impressive performance at the line.
And Dallas calls time here. They trail by 6. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. All right, guys, what do you think?
The game's not quite done yet, but they need points right away.
Yeah, act fast, but without mistakes.
There's 10 seconds left in the fourth. And he commits the intentional foul.
Luka Doncic. Second personal foul. Third team foul. Jalen Brunson at the line. 2 shots.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so this one belongs to the Knicks. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And that's so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost toward the end. It really kept this team's energy high.
And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and our entire 2K Sports crew, this is Brian Anderson signing off.
Coming right up, the Heat taking on the Warriors. They know each game presents a test of physical endurance, of mental focus, and their ability to match up against any style of play. And that challenge is right ahead. Warriors, Heat, coming up on 2K Sports. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony alongside, I'm Kevin Harlan at the table. And from the sidelines, it's our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Andrew Wiggins, in his 8th season, was named an All-Star starter. That's the second longest wait ever after Kyle Lowry. Wiggins said, in Golden State, I'm around greatness, and those guys believe in me. Offensively, they trust me with the ball, and defensively, I guard the other team's best player. That right there is motivating. Kevin?
Indeed it is. Thank you, DA. Now, Golden State's starting 5. The core of this team all out there, Curry and Thompson in the backcourt with Green at the 4. Looney out there with Andrew Wiggins. And for Miami, at the guard spots, Lowry and Hero. Caleb Martin out there with Butler. And it's Otto Adebayo in at the 5, down low. It'll be the Heat off the tip. Now here's Butler. The pass to Martin. Now here's Lowry. Here's Hero. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside Butler. From deep three-point range. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Curry against Lowry. 26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Thompson kicks to Wiggins. 6 to shoot. Pass to Looney. Over Adebayo. They get it again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Outside, Hero. Connects from three-point range.
And a legitimate threat to connect from deep. Hero doesn't lack confidence trying his luck from there.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Heat out front, leading by just 1. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Okay, fans, time to get on your feet and make some noise.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
It's been a group effort, and that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
And here's Golden State, setting the floor for the Warriors. Kuminga out there with Jermichael Green. Then there's Poole. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Wiggins in at small forward. He kicks it to Kuminga. Shot clock at 5. Off target from outside. Butler in the corner. Here's the teardrop. And it's good on the layup.
And in the paint, Butler really excels. He's got the agility and power needed to beat the defense.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Back to DiVincenzo. 16 seconds left in the first half. Pass to Wiggins. Takes the 3. Rebound, Love. Pass to Oladipo. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
Oh, great feed by Lowry. He'd rather pick up an assist than score a bucket.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Heat lead by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Your Heat Youth Dance Team.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Steve Kerr and Coach, what is the offensive approach going to be in the second half?
Well, we just have to do what we do, move the ball and wear them down with our ball movement, our cutting, and our spacing.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. They ended the period holding on to a slim 1-point lead. Looking at Miami, Kenny, what's your viewpoint?
I have to applaud their offensive.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to...
Fans, please give a big round of applause.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. The wing set for him, Hero and Butler. Adebayo is out there with Caleb Martin. And it's Lowry in at the point. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. Green, the pass to Wiggins. Makes it off the glass. Wiggins has got his first points of the game.
And flashing some real toughness inside. Wiggins can finish plays that others simply can't.
Back to Lowry. Out to the right wing. Up top, Hero. Shot clock at 6. On the pass to Lowry. Shoots over Curry. Here's Adebayo. Count that bucket. Adebayo's got the lead up to 5 now for Miami.
Second chance points kill you. It's a strength of Adebayo picking up the garbage and putting it in.
And the shot goes in.
No, it's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
And this guy is a gamer. Hero embraces any chance he can to draw a foul while taking a shot.
It's his first trip to the line.
Now at the line, Tyler Hero. 2.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Hero. Both teams will make substitutions. No good on the second free throw. And we've reached the end of the third. Heat out front, leading by 4. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. So with Wiggins sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. It's small ball with Iguodala and Green down low. Jordan Poole is out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Payton in at the 3 slot. No room for them to make a mistake here.
You got to almost play perfect from here on out.
And he commits the intentional foul. And some changes here for the Heat. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Caleb Martin. Butler comes in for Robinson. And it's Lowry in for Gabe Vincent. Different look here for the Warriors. Looney's checked in for Iguodala. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Payton. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And Curry subbed in for Jordan Poole. And so they foul intentionally.
Second team foul. Now at the line, Jimmy Butler. 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5.
And Butler commands hard work from his teammates. He demands they want to win as much as he does.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
It's showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're trailing by 6. 34 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, it has to be fast. They got to take the first good look they get.
Let's hear it once again for your Heat dancers. Get loud!
to the middle. Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
You're not going to speed him up. Even when you get aggressive guarding Thompson, he stays in control. He's just so tough to cover.
And that's an intentional foul.
Personal foul. Third team foul. Now at the line, Kyle Lowry.
2. Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
And you know, Lowry, the consummate floor general, his leadership on the court and in the locker room really brings this team together and makes them an effective unit.
And he is unable to get the second one on the wing. Thompson. No good on the 3. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Draymond Green. First personal foul. Team foul number 4. Now at the line, Max Struz. 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game. Timeout called the Warriors. They're behind by 7. There's 21 seconds left in the game. Guys, what's your take?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
And I'm sure coach is encouraging them to play to the final whistle. Then they can get out of here.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Stephen Curry.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
Not the shot I expected him to take or make, but hey, look, joke's on me. He hit it.
First personal foul. Penalty. Now at the line, Max Struz. 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for Golden State. It's Curry outside. It drops. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Timeout.
When it is crunch time and you've got Stephen Wardell Curry, the game plan is simple. Get him the ball.
And the Heat call time here. They're up by 3. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Here come the Heat dancers, everybody. Let's get loud. Okay, fans, time to get on your feet and make some noise for your Miami Heat dancers.
The Heat making a switch here. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Golden State foul. Stephen Curry. Second personal foul. Team is in the penalty.
Take a break.
Now at the line,
2 shots.
Kyle Lowry. 2.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
The experience, the poise, Lowry more than prepared to step up in these moments.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Cool, calm, and collected. Say that 3 times fast. He makes them all and puts this game away.
And it's Wiggins missing. And so it's Miami winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Please get home safely.
Thanks very much, man. Congrats on the win. This arena was rocking tonight. What difference does it make when they're loud like this?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harper.
Now the starters for the visiting Atlanta Hawks. At power forward, John Collins. At the other forward position, DeAndre Hunter. At center, Clint Capella. At shooting guard, DeJounte Murray. At the other guard position, Trae Young. The head coach of the visiting team is Quinn Snyder.
Just about ready for tip-off. But first, let's hear from the sideline. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, DeJounte Murray's overcome a lot. Fell to the 29th pick in 2016 over concerns about his tough past. Then an ACL tear cost him his 3rd season. Last year, in All-Star, he said, quote, "There's nothing like being respected, working hard, and being willing to learn. I'm from Seattle. We're built for this." Brian?
Great story, Allie. Thank you. Now Atlanta starting 5. Hunter is the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young runs point with Murray at the 2. And it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Houston, Porter Jr. and Green are the backcourt set. Smith plays the 4 with Şengün at center. And it's Martin in at the small forward position. So the Rockets win the tip. Outside Porter. Pass to Şengün. Here's Porter. Clock at 4. Martin outside. Late clock. Houston's got to hurry. And it's Green missing. And a fast break now for the Hawks. Outside Hunter. The 3-ball. Kept alive. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
He's a lot to handle at both ends. Capella just keeps coming at you.
Shooting for Atlanta, Clint Capella at the line for 2.
The first free throw is good.
You know, in most seasons throughout his career, Clint Capella has shot a higher percentage from the field than from the line.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Capella hits them both. Porter against Young. Now Porter. Fires for 3. That one no good. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. The Hawks on top. They're up by 2. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And from what we've seen from the Hawks, what's your take so far?
Well, it's simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Yes, you know this, GA. Back in our day, and any day really, if you don't block out somebody, you will sit down.
Smith plays the 4 with Şengün at center. Green out there with Josh Christopher, and it's Martin in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. The Rockets on offense. Here's Christopher. Pass to Martin. Now Şengün. 4 on the clock. Shoots over Okongwu. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
Young against Green. Young misses.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. The Hawks on top. They lead by a bucket. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. Clint, an outstanding first half for this team at the defensive end of the floor. What was the key?
Just be consistent. Defensive rebounding was one of our keys tonight, and it's just the start. So we're going to try to stay locked in on it. We know this is our key in our transition to make a stop here and run. So we're just going to keep going.
Back to you guys.
All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. They led by 2 after the first. Scoring-wise, they broke even in the second, so little ground was lost there. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
Playing on the road has had no effect on this team. I mean, between your planes, the hotels, the buses, it's a grind. It can zap your energy levels. But right now, they look like the fresher team, and we'll see if they hit the wall in the second half.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
Terrible execution of the offensive end, rushing things, taking bad shots. Here's a thought. Pound the ball inside. The higher percentage look.
And that should do it.
left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Here's Atlanta with the ball. The lead is 2, and the Hawks looking at who they've got. Collins plays the 4 with Capella at the 5. The tandem on the perimeter, Murray and Hunter, and it's Young in at the 1.
Woo, that teardrop, one of Trae Young's signature shots. He could teach a course on it.
That was another look at our mobile 1 drive of the game just a moment ago.
Whoa, a drive like that is the kind of play that can shift the entire outcome of a close game like this one.
Here's Smith. Second chance shot. And he sinks the layup.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Now here's Young. Up and over Porter. Porter pulls it in.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
Green with the ball. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. That one on Murray.
First team foul. At the line for your Rockets, Chandler Green. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good. That one misses. There's Bogdanovich with the 3. Misses. And we've just finished the 3rd quarter. What a tight game we've got going. The Hawks on top. They're up by 1. And we'll return shortly. Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Green is the 2 with Tate at the 3. Then there's Kevin Porter. Then it's Frank Kaminsky. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Back to Green. 5 to shoot. Oh, the go-ahead bucket, no good. Here's Atlanta now. It's a 1-point game. Bay outside. Pass to Bogdanovich. Over Porter. Bogdanovich, no good. Timeout called. The Rockets. They're down by 1. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
This is where your coaching is so important. They need a really good play now.
These are the plays that people remember. I can't wait to see what he has devised.
points. So, yeah, it's obvious that he's the pick. The defense has tried to slow him down, but nothing has worked. He has just owned them tonight. This type of dominant performance is going to be talked about for a long time.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, guys, during that last break, I heard Stephen Silas as he talked with the team. He was calm but confident. He asked them to be quicker getting to their offense and intense on D. He said, we're right there. We have to get some quick hitters and then pressure the ball. He knows they're low on time, but he sees a way back.
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
Shooting for Atlanta, Trae Young, taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that'll put him up 2.
What an explosive player Trae Young has turned himself into. He is must-see TV every night.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop. Timeout called. Houston. They trail by 2. 9 seconds left in the game. All right, guys, what's your take?
More than enough time to get a bucket.
I'm curious to see, will they go for a 2 to tie or a 3 to win it all?
Outside, Green. Shot from 16. Oh, offline. And so they foul intentionally.
Kevin Porter Jr. Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for the Hawks, DeJounte Murray. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And so it's Atlanta who scrapes by with a win. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
They really should take this win to heart. When the pressure was on, they stepped up and worked twice as hard to overcome it.
All right, let's send it down to Allie LaForce, who's with our player of the game.
We'll trade leader.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that...
.2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
From Salt Lake City, Utah, the scene for the Grizzlies. An impact player from the moment he set foot in the league. Ja Morant, the real deal. And he's ready to go as they await tip-off at Vivint Smart Home Arena. Grizzlies, Jazz, coming up next. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Thanks very much. Now, Commissioner Adam Silver is continuing to push for the creation of an in-season tournament. He says the notion is to steal a page from European soccer. It's not the Larry O'Brien Trophy, but something secondary that teams care about. Something you'd see players go into that extra gear for. Kevin, back to you.
That's pretty intriguing, DA. That's an interesting story, and we thank you for giving it to us. And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Adams is the pivot for him with Jackson Jr. at the 4. The wingmen are Bain and Brooks, and it's Morant in at the point. And for the Jazz, they've got Jordan Clarkson. Markkanen is out there with Kelly Olynyk. Then there's Colin Sexton. And it's going to be the Jazz off the tip. Clarkson kicks to Sexton. Back to Clarkson. Over Bain. The shot by Clarkson, no good.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Here's Brooks. Markkanen pulls it in. And it's the Jazz's ball. Lays it up and banks it in.
Markkanen, the big man from Finland. He can flat score it, folks.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And you gotta love the aggression that he had, taking it to the rim there. Sets the tone in a close game like this one.
And finished off by Morant.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Clarkson against Bain. Shoots it. The shot by Clarkson, no good. With 1 on the clock. He can't get that one. Tie game in Utah. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return.
2, the Grizzlies. 2.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at the Jazz performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
You know, I like the confidence that they've shown here early on.
They're working together so well, and there's a level of certainty that comes from trusting one another.
Here's Jones. So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. They've got Jones. He's out there with Desmond Bain. And it's Tillman in its center. Back to Bain. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's what you like to see right there. A solid move to give himself some room and take it inside.
And a great job to get that angle on a tremendous drive.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Here's Toscano. Abaji, the pass to Sexton. No good from outside. And the Grizzlies with possession. Here's Bain. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Well, instead of forcing it all the way to the cup, he just goes with that little teardrop.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, Colin Sexton, I think, is a crafty point guard with tremendous upside. He obviously can facilitate and be a distributor. The key is, can he knock down shots consistently?
The Jazz shooting their first free throws of this.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
Shooting 2.
Good on that one. So both teams changing it up here. And he's good on the second. Morant outside. And Clark slams it in.
What a deft pass by Morant. He finds a wide open man as quickly as any in our league.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Grizzlies lead by 5. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal. And the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. The period wrapped up with the teams on level ground and the score tied. They were able to take control in the second quarter and finish the half ahead by 5. Kenny, what do you think about the Grizzlies?
Well, I like what I'm seeing on the offensive end. They're keeping things simple, getting to their spots and executing. Nothing fancy, kind of like Shaq suit.
Shaq, what's your take on Utah so far?
Hard to feel happy when your opponent's shooting over 60%. You're going to have to make things harder for those guys defensively. Force them out their comfort zone. Contest every shot.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And so Morant will bring it up for Memphis. Markkanen is out there with Olynyk. Then there's Colin Sexton. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And that's the group for Will Hardy as they begin the second half. Now here's Morant. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. It's good on the putback.
We are talking about a big-time offensive rebounder, and Steven Adams unafraid to impose his will with that frame.
Here's Sexton. Outside, Markkanen. Here's Olynyk. No good, shot missing. Some solid defense there from Jackson. He feeds it to Adams. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, you love when Steven Adams shows his strength. Even with the defense in his grill, he finds a way to score.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
One shot.
Boy, there's just a brute strength and physicality about Steven Adams. This guy knows his role and plays it to perfection.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
To me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
And so it's Memphis heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip.
So the Grizzlies 5 right now. In at the guard spots, Morant and Bain. Brandon Clark is out there with Brooks. And it's Tillman in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Bain. Tries again, and it's blocked.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
Now, here's Markkanen. Takes the 13-footer out to Clarkson. The Jazz with another miss. And here's Morant. And so the Grizzlies take the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thanks very much, Ja. A lot of swag on this team tonight. Who's responsible for that confidence?
I feel like we all talk to each other, even the coaching staff. Coach let us play with a lot of freedom. Everybody has the green light, so I mean, there's no reason to lack confidence when you have a coach who believes in you every step of the way and just let you go out there and play your game. So we always just preach, you know, keep shooting, make or miss, and we behind you. So
you all look like a confident bunch, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying...
.2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
All right, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Portland Trailblazers here at their home, Moda Center. Hi, folks. This is Brian Anderson. I'm with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Our reporter tonight, Allie LaForce. Allie, take it away.
Well, Brian, the Blazers have had some bold moves to create flexibility and go younger. Anthony Simon said, "We've been very resilient and we're sticking with it. All tied together, feeding off of each other, playing free, playing loose, playing hard. And that's all we need." Guys, back to you.
Well, he's been a big part of it, Allie. Thanks a lot.
And you know, guys, I don't think too many people expected the resurgence we saw from the Cavs last season. It started with their defense.
And the Cleveland starting five. The lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen are together inside. Mitchell out there with Darius Garland. And it's Okoro in at the 3 spot. And for Portland, Grant and Nurkic, they're inside at the 4 and the 5. Lillard and Simons are the 1 and the 2. And it's Thibault in at the 3, the small forward. And Trailblazers start out with the ball. Lillard against Garland. The 3 is up. Nurkic, great positioning on the putback.
And Nurkic does a great job just keeping the motor running.
Garland, the pass to Mitchell. Back to Garland. Over Lillard. Offensive rebound. And Mobley throws it down.
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out. Just going right for the slam.
Well, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
So it's Portland now, after the Cavs picked up a basket a moment ago. Clock at 6. Here's Lillard. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
It's all tied up in Portland. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this.
Cavaliers 2.
Jesse made another one.
Time to get loud for your Blazers.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And what stands out to you from the Trailblazers in this one?
Well, things have gone the way they wanted here in the first period.
Well, they're playing aggressive, unselfish basketball, exactly what their coach wants.
All right, on the floor for Cleveland, getting going in the second. Karis LeVert is out there with Ricky Rubio. Then there's Jetty Osman. Then it's Jared Allen. And it's Wade in at power forward. Osman with the bucket. Osman's got his first points of the game.
Now, that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
And that streaking rack attack is the Mobile One drive.
Yeah, and in close games like this one, BA, you need toughness. Guys who will run to the fight and get after it.
For 3, here's Lillard. Lillard can't get that one to fall. And here comes Cleveland. Osman on the wing. The 3. Here's Allen. And finally, that one's good.
And that kind of bucket for Allen is just injecting energy into the team. One of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA.
Now here's Lillard.
Cavaliers foul. Ricky Rubio. First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for Portland. Dave. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good. Lillard.
There's so many qualities of a lead guard that Damian Lillard possesses on the floor, in the locker room. He really, truly sets the standard.
So he gets them both.
In a tight game, this is who they want taking these shots.
And Mitchell launches it from deep. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Cavaliers ahead. They lead by 2. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Fans, have a big round of applause for your Trailblazers youth dance.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Again, everyone. That was a combination of everybody and everyone. Everyone. Did you catch that?
I got it.
Yeah, Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. How about that first half, fellas? The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. The period wrapped up with the teams on level ground and the score tied. In the second quarter, they put in the work to create a slight scoring advantage. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Great work on the glass so far. Hustling and showing more desire than boxing out. That's what they have to do. That's the recipe for success.
Shaq, how do you think Portland played?
Well, they're getting almost nothing on the interior. I know we've turned into a 3-point shooting league, but come on, guys. We need some kind of presence in the painted area to keep the defense honest.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Hey, fans, get up and move.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge.
Cavaliers ball starts the second half. Let's hear it for your Trailblazers team.
Lillard and Simons are the 1 and the 2. Grant and Nurkic, they're inside at the 4 and the 5. And it's Thibault in at small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Chauncey Billups. Pass to Thibault. Back to Simons. An easy 2 on the layup.
Simons, if we got a replay of that, you could see his eyes just get huge there. He had a great chance to finish that one up.
Here's Okoro. Not going to go that time. Nurkic with some nice D. Outside Mitchell. 6 to shoot. Rebounded by Nurkic. To the paint. That's good from Grant. On the assist by Lillard. And that makes it a tie ball game.
And Grant doing a great job. Just bounced off the contact there and then finished off the shot.
The 3 from Mitchell. Can't get it to fall. Third quarter comes to a close, and a battle brings it to a tie. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter when we return. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth. Garland and LeVert team up in the backcourt. Then there's Mobley, then it's Green, and it's Wade in at the 4. Here's Simons. Oh, it falls!
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he net.
Cleveland calls timeout. They're behind by 2. 44 seconds left to play in the fourth. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey team, I was able to catch the message that J.B. Bickerstaff was giving to his team. He got his squad fired up, saying, quote, now it's our time. If we want to take over this game, here is the moment. His guys look ready to deliver. We'll see.
And Allie, thanks. Reddish passes to Simons. Yeah!
I love Simons' balance on that play right there. Stayed in control and stayed tight.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're behind by 4. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The New Balance player of the game, Darius Garland.
Can you say vintage? Wow, this was a vintage performance. I mean, so much of the game is about the 3 ball today, but his focus was going hard into the paint and doing damage from inside.
Jared Allen, he's checked in for Cleveland. Okoro comes in for Green. Allen can't get it to go.
That could have been an easy pass and finish. Not really sure what went wrong.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
Donovan Mitchell's checked in for LeVert. Time called here. The Trailblazers decide to talk it over. They're leading by 4. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lots of drama in this game so far.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to the final buzzer. Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
At the line for your Trailblazers, Dave, taking 2 shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second.
All eyes on Lillard. But you can tell he isn't feeling the pressure. I mean, just incredible focus.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
For some T-shirts.
They're ahead by 4.
They come.
There's 18 seconds left in the 4th. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that puts him up 5. And here comes Cleveland. Here's Mitchell. The 3 from Okoro. And it's Portland with a rebound. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
At the line for your Trailblazers, Dave, 2 shots.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
He hits the first one, and that increases the lead to 6. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game. Pass to Okoro to halt the run. He can't get that one to fall. So it's Portland picking up the win. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves, but at the end of the day, everyone on their side is happy.
Yeah, happy indeed. The momentum shifted away from them a few times, especially early on. But give these guys credit for sticking with the game plan and finishing the job.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Alongside Brent Barry.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And as always, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge joining us from the sidelines. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Well, Commissioner Adam Silver has a history lesson for those who would tell players to shut up and dribble. He says, in 1963, Bill Russell was MVP, won a title, and stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial for Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. There is a through line that exists directly from Russell to our modern players. Kevin?
That's a great story, DA. Thanks. This game will probably be something of a chess match, don't you think, Greg? Both these squads love to run intelligent half-court strategies.
Yeah, you can expect to see some interesting playmaking as these squads try to open each other up and create opportunities to score.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. We've got Williams, Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Lou Dort. And it's Holmgren in at the center. And for Sacramento, Harris and Sabonis hold down the post positions for him. The backcourt pair will be Fox with Herter. And it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. And Herter gets it to go.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Giddey. Outside, Dort. Passes it to Williams. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Sabonis.
Really on the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Thunder shooting their initial free throws in the game right here.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Over the last few seasons, the Kings have been near the bottom of the defensive rating. And, GA, that is a problem.
Yeah, I think they've tried to address that a little in the draft, taking Davion Mitchell back in 21, but it's been a consistent issue in Sacramento.
And Williams drops them both. You know, one thing, Greg, the Thunder have done a great job drafting international players.
Players like Serge Ibaka, Steven Adams in the past, a few good ones on this current roster as well. Credit the OKC scouts for just finding guys all over the world.
How about the level of activity this dude just brings to the glass? Just refusing to give up on plays, and his teammates, trust me, they appreciate the effort.
Fox against Gilgeous-Alexander. Connects in the foul line jumper.
And it's not the highlight reel plays that make Gilgeous-Alexander effective. It's the little things, like his lethal mid-range jumper.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's Sacramento. They lead by 1. Live from Golden One Center. You're watching 2K Sports. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
They're just out hustling them on the boards, punishing them for refusing to box them out accordingly.
At the guard positions, Mitchell and Monk. Rashawn Holmes out there with Trey Lyons. And it's Davis in at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Davis surveying the floor. The 3. Saric grabs the board. And here's Saric. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And the Kings will go for a different looker. Lenz checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Sabonis comes in for Trey Lyles. Kevin Herter, he's checked in for Malik Monk. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Davion Mitchell. There's 25 seconds left in the first half of the game. Now Fox. From 7. And the shot is long. Higgins outside. There's the pass to Robinson Earl. Here's Mann. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Kings lead by 1. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. Scoring-wise, they broke. And that does it for our...
Here they come, fans.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander taking a look at the Thunder. Williams is out there with Holmgren. Then it's Lou Dort. Then there's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Giddey in at the 2 spot. Now here's Holmgren. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Barnes driving the lane.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Dort. Pass to Giddey. Now here's Dort. And he converts the layup.
Very good inside. Dort's got great upper body strength.
And so Fox will bring it up for Sacramento. They lead by 1. Feet away. He doesn't hit that one.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Kings ahead. They're up by 1. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. At the guard positions, Mitchell and Monk. Richaun Holmes out there with Domantas Sabonis, and it's Davis at the 3, the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're down by 3. There's 47 seconds left to play in the final quarter. With an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
During that last break, Coach Mark Daigneault talked to his team. He knows this has been a hard-fought game. He wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
The classic combo guard. Gilgeous-Alexander is effective in the two-man game, especially on that first option, taking it himself.
Now, here's Sabonis. Holmes trying to free himself up. Got it!
Boy, where's the effort defensively? You have got to put up a better fight.
Yeah, these teams have kind of decided to fight this battle on scoring alone. There's not that much intensity on defense.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 3. 29 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hand.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Maurice checked in for Richaun Holmes. Kevin Huerter comes in for Monk. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Davion Mitchell. Timeout called by the Kings. They're ahead by 1. We've got 22 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Terrence Davis. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Holmgren, he's checked in for Williams. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for your Kings, De'Aaron Fox.
Take a break.
Taking two shots.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2.
Huge spot for Fox. As the point, he's the leader, so they want him at that stripe.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 3-point game.
The last make was huge. Now, realistically, the worst-case scenario for them is OT.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Almost, but it rolls out. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
First personal foul. Third team. At the line for your Kings, De'Aaron Fox.
Shooting 2.
At the line for 2.
So the first one drops. That gives them a 4-point cushion.
High pressure moment here for De'Aaron Fox. No need to rush. Just focus on the hoop.
Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Making no mistakes and putting some extra nails in the coffin right here. That pretty much do it.
Giddey. And a miss there on the triple. So the Kings win it. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.